Merry Christmas, everyone. I am T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. If you've not been here, welcome to Art Geek Teaching, where I share self-help and studio tips and tricks for creatives and an occasional interesting nugget from art history. Today I want to look at the 12 Days of Christmas and an urban legend that surrounds that song. I have 12 gifts coming for you, also one gift each day for the next 12 days. So follow along with me. I promise you will not be disappointed. It'll be fairly interesting. So the 12 Days of Christmas is also known as Twelvetide. What we do know is that the 12 Days of Christmas in the song are the 12 days between the birth of Christ, or when we celebrate the birth of Christ, on December 25th, and the coming of the Magi, the Epiphany, on January 6th. Although the specific origins of the song, the 12 Days of Christmas, are not specifically known, it possibly began as a 12th Night memory-and-forfeits game in which the leader recited a verse. Each of the players repeated the verse, the leader added another verse, and so on until one of the players made a mistake, with the player who erred having to pay a penalty such as offering up a kiss or a sweet or some little trinket. This is how the song was presented in its earliest known printed version in a 1780s children's book, Mirth Without Mischief. The song is apparently much older than this printed version, but we do not currently know how much older. Textual evidence indicates that the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, was actually not English in origin, but French. 3 French versions of the song are known, and items mentioned in the song itself, the partridge for example, which was not introduced to England from France until the late 1770s, are indicative of French origin. The urban legend that surrounds the song says that the song was written as a subversive underground catechism to help school kiddos learn the basic tenets of the Christian Catholic faith, and that there is hidden meaning in the lyrics. The time frame and era under discussion begins with King Henry VIII, who reigned from 1509 until his death in 1547. A dispute with Pope Clement VII over the annulment to King Henry's wife at the time, Catherine of Aragon. He broke from the Catholic Church in Rome and established the Anglican Church, which was the start of the Reformation. Queen Mary I was England's first female monarch. She was Catholic and the only surviving child of Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Mary took the throne July of 1553 after a brief reign of her half-brother Edward VI, and was best known for trying to reverse the Reformation that her father started. In 1558, Mary I died, and her non-Catholic half-sister Elizabeth took the throne of the following year. The Act of Uniformity abolished the old worship, and open practice of Catholicism was forbidden by law until Parliament passed the Catholic Emancipation Act in 1829. So from 1558 till 1889, outward practice of the Catholic faith was forbidden by law. It's suggested during this time, when Roman Catholics and English were not permitted to practice their faith openly, that the 12 Days of Christmas was written as a catechism for young Catholics. It has 2 levels of meaning, the surface meaning plus a hidden meaning known only to the members of the church. Each element in the carol has a code word for a religious reality which children could remember. The hidden meaning was confirmed by a Catholic news agency, and many believe the story to be true. So, what are the hidden meanings in the song? We'll look at one day at a time over the next 12 days as I release a gift to you each day. I will explain the meaning that many believe is in that day's song and tell you how to access the gift I have for the day. This will be fun. I'm so thankful for each of you. Thank you for sharing your creative journey with me, and thank you for allowing me to share my creative journey with you. So, let's look at day 1. The celebration of the birth of the Son of God, Jesus Christ. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. There are 2 things to consider in day 1. First, the true love one hears in the song is not a smitten boy or girlfriend, but Jesus Christ, because true love was born on Christmas Day. Christ is symbolically presented as a mother partridge, also the only bird that will die to protect its young. As an interesting side note, the early North American colonists brought their version of the 12 Days of Christmas over from England and adapted them to their new country, adding their own variations over the years. For example, the modern-day Christmas may have originated from these colonials. A homemade wreath, for example, would be fashioned from local greenery, and fruits, if available, were added. Making the wreaths was one of the traditions of the early Christmas. They would remain hung on each home's front door beginning the night of Christmas, the first night of Christmas, through the 12th night or Epiphany morning. As was already the tradition in their native England, all decorations would be taken down by Epiphany morning and the remainder of the edibles would be consumed. A special cake was also baked for them on the Epiphany day. Thank you for joining me on Christmas Day. The gift I have for you today is a free booklet called 5 Days to Victory. In this book, I give you 5 hacks to overcome various things that keep us from the studio. Follow the link in the description below and download your free copy. Have a great Christmas day.
Divine, led by